You might think, say, a husband or a wife, a husband should be so-and-so. Well, if the husband doesn't act according to our idea of how a husband should act, then we might get unhappy. Or we judge a person by a label, whether he's a Republican or a Democrat. And we have an idea of how that person would behave. So we go around with things in our heads, and one of the main things about our work is that we try to get to the actual person. What is that living person like, rather than something in our head. So our map of something is not the territory. And we can never say all about anything. So we get away from being so opinionated. We know that there's always more that could be said. Whatever we may say about a happening or a person or whatever I'm telling you now about general semantics is not all. That there's lots more that might be said. And so we stay open for what else. And then in language, we can talk about language and our own experiences and our own interpretations get in the picture of whatever it is that we are perceiving. So in that sense, language is self-reflexive. We have certain what we call extensional devices, which help to remind us that the world is in a state of process, that yesterday was somewhat different than today. Tomorrow, you will be maybe a little bit, maybe more than a little bit different. Last year, you were different than this year. A person you know changes. Your mother is not the same today as she was 10 years ago, and things like that. You know, sometimes we judge, we get stuck in something that happened 10 years ago, and we carry that feeling around with us year after year after year without dating, without realizing that 1990 is not the same as 1980, and so on. So we have ways of reminding ourselves, which if we really use these devices, help to bring us to the present and help us to realize what is going on right now, and that every moment can be a new, fresh moment. And then we have a device which we call etc. You know, and so forth. You say something, well, you know, some people that maybe say so and so and so and so, and that's all there is to it. And you know that that isn't all there is to it. That there are lots more that could be said. And so we are open for what else. So we don't go around being closed to something that may be new and which may change our way of thinking, may change our way of behaving. So we have these devices which are terribly simple, as I say, but they're not so easy to really apply. And you're going to hear a little bit later how some of these very simple sounding principles can be applied in the way we think and the way we behave and what it can mean in our daily lives.